Well, hey, LTD family, welcome back for another episode of the Morning Huddle. It's the week of June 8th through the 14th. I'm Sam,
Jaquin.
and we are excited to talk to you about guest scores. Behind the scores, understanding what guests are really telling us. And of course,
Mhm.
we know that summer brings quite a diverse mix, right, of guests. And
Mhm.
each of those guests have a unique and different experience and expectations. And our guest scores often tell us what happened, but not always why. And so, Jay Quinn, I'm curious what your thoughts are on, guest scores tell us what, but not why.
Well, it starts with understanding the diversity of our guests. We don't want to just break down our guests between, oh, they're corporate, they're leisure, they're here for sports. You got to break it down more like what type of sports. Your clientele for soccer tournament is completely different from your lacrosse. Lacrosse, they spend more money at the bar. Soccer,
Or hockey,
or hockey, they
or
do. They really do.
youth versus collegiate is also quite.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Also the age group. Are we doing soccer? Are we doing middle school, high school, or it's very different. So in for us to really understand who is our client, so then we can then provide whatever they needed. For example, if I have a middle schoolers for soccer, I will have two securities
Mm-hmm.
that will be just literally walking down the hallway just to babysit and making sure we control the noise for kids running around in the hallway. Now, us here being next to the Merriweather Post Pavilion with concerts, we have
Mm-hmm.
different types of concerts, but not all concerts are different. They're created completely different based on the crowd that you get. When you have the boomers here for concert, our bar will be doing so great because they'll be back early. They're gonna get a drink and go to bed.
Yep.
But when you have a younger crowd, they won't spend a dime. They'll just take our shuttle. Really understanding our client is so important, not like going deeper, so
Mm-hmm.
you know what they want, so it's really anticipating their needs to the next level.
Yeah.
And when we talk about our scores, it's good when you get your scores, you know where you are, but you also understand where you are with the hotel, what type of hurdles that we come across with. Like our elevator was down for a long time. We had one elevator working,
Mm-hmm.
and that is having a down elevator. We have your sports tournament at the same time, and I have like four different wedding groups that same weekend.
Yeah.
Like I know when I come in, it's not going to be great. However, we will do our best. What can I do to control this?
Mm-hmm.
So we created a sign professional signs. We have an easel on each elevator landing. We have a sign by the lobby, all of the exit signs to direct people where to go to take the stairs. Now we also train our staff. If you see people crowding by the elevator, please let them know. By the way, so we have stairs. Luckily, we only have 4 floors,
Yeah.
so we're not asking our guests to go up on the seventh, eighth floor of the building. But then again, it's getting ready
Mm-hmm.
and knowing what are your hurdles, what are the challenges, and making sure that you do whatever you can to control that and kind of alleviate some guest issue in the before it happens. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, as we're approaching the summer season, it's getting quite warm outside, and I'm certain that we have some properties that deal with some pretty serious HVAC
Mhm.
issues and those types of things. And you know, um, I know our leaders in those buildings are doing the best they can to
Yeah.
mitigate those things and to prepare as best they can and to to overcome those challenges or those opportunities, but certainly communicating, like you said, communicating with our guests in advance. Communication can solve a lot of things, and so I think that that's really great. And in helping us understand why and maybe how to better prepare or accommodate them moving forward, knowing that this might be a thing moving forward. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love this conversation, and we're going to continue a conversation around guest satisfaction, around scores as we go in the summer, because we know that this is oftentimes an opportunity for us as we go through this season. And speaking about going through a season, we've got celebrations, we've got birthdays to celebrate. We're going to start with June 9th. We have Charles Lewis from the Spring Hill Suites Norfolk and Carrie Green from Holiday Inn Newport News. Happy birthday.
On June 10th, we got Nikki Spalti from Spring Hill Suites. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nikki. On the 11th, we have Penny Hunt celebrating a birthday at Aloft Chesapeake, and Ron Cole celebrating a birthday at Super Chicks Chesapeake.
On June 12th, we got Todd Williams from the Delta Chesapeake and Kuei Sean from Your Pie. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We've got June 13th, Ryan Monroe celebrating birthday from the LTD corporate team. And now we get to jump into some work anniversaries. We'll start with June 9th. Victoria Robinson celebrating 2 years at the Delta Chesapeake, and Joshua is celebrating 1 year at our Doubletree Columbia. Congratulations.
On June 12th, we got Lori Lowry celebrating 2 years. However, her first hire was back in 2007. So she's been a family since '07.
Wow.
And Cameron Anders from Your Pie celebrating 1 year. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We have David Henry celebrating his anniversary with Your Pie, 1 year, June 13th. Congratulations.
June 14th, we got Jacob Hodges from Your Pie celebrating 3 years. Penny Hunt celebrating 16 years from the Aloft Chesapeake. And George Ramirez celebrating 3 years here at the Doubletree Columbia. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys. And speaking of congratulations, we have our star player of the week. And this week we're celebrating Carl from the Doubletree Columbia.
Carl officially serves as our food and beverage supervisor and is truly an invaluable member of our team. With only 3 teams in our banquet, which is Carl, Jean, and Billy, our banquet setup, we successfully operate a banquet department generating close to $1 million in revenue. Carl consistently goes above and beyond in supporting food and beverage operations, banquets, and our outlets. Beyond his core responsibilities, Carl has come and become our in-house AV expert since we no longer partner with our third-party AV company. He willingly steps in to drive the shuttle when needed, transporting our corporate groups to and from their offices. When our AGM was off and the front desk printer suddenly broke, Carl stepped in and fixed it without a hesitation. Thank you, Carl, so much. Carl is dependable, resourceful, and always willing to help wherever needed. We are incredibly grateful to have Carl on our team. He is truly deserving of recognition as our Star Player of the Week. And this was submitted by Jean Seva, our Director of Food and Beverage here at the Doubletree Columbia.
So fancy.
I know, his name is so
Carl, we are so thankful for you, not only for your work in food and beverage, but also for apparently your AV, IT, and shuttle driving experience. So
I know.
talk about
he does it all.
Whatever it takes. We are so thankful for you, and that's really showing our LTD values. And for that, we have a $50 gift card coming your way. And this is a message to all of you. We want to celebrate you. We would love to hear from you and learn about a peer, a team member in the hotel who continuously goes above and beyond and really lives out our LTD values each and every day. We want to highlight them. We want to celebrate them as our Star Player of the Week. So send them over to us. And congratulations again, Carl, for all that you do. And thank you. And we are going to end the week like we do each and every week. And this week it's a word, not a phrase, in Espanol.
Percepción.
Perception. And this goes right back to our conversation that we had earlier around guest satisfaction and setting expectations and communicating early. Perception is reality. And we want to make sure that we are doing our best to make sure that we are being perceived in the best of light each and every time. So what a great opportunity for us to integrate what I think is a pretty timid, pretty easy word to integrate this week compared to some of these challenging phrases that we've had
Well,
over.
I don't know. We should ask them what they think. They should comment
Yes, please
down
comment
below, please,
and let
and
us
like
know
the
how you're
video.
going to integrate this word into your vocabulary this week. Hey, we're getting better each and every week, and we're so thankful that we get to do that with you guys and together. So let's lean in and
And
get
get
better
better
together.
together.
Thank you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.